Development Aid Minister Dirk Niebel is in a shopper's paradise. The minister is in Vietnam, visiting a large German wholesaler which has 10 outlets in the country. German tax money helps to finance the training of the Vietnamese manufacturers. It's the kind of development aid close to Niebel's heart.
It's a tremendous project in which state aid is teamed up with private enterprise with the goal of marketing local products. This gives the farmers and merchants the ability to earn an income and not live in poverty.
Vietnam's economy is growing fast. Its young population is ambitious, and the communist government self-confident. German economic cooperation is welcome, but Vietnam isn't dependent on it. Niebel's delegation, which includes German members of parliament from the opposition, doesn't want to limit the talks to economics, but also discuss such issues as religious freedom, freedom of the press, and human rights. The meeting with Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyen Thanh Dung showed that there is a difficult tightrope to walk. Participants say Niebel used it, like the entire trip, as an opportunity to raise the issue of human rights.
He really involved politicians of all parties. The minister didn't pay any private visits. We were expected to take part in the talks, and we all did, regardless of whether we had differing opinions. That was what he specifically wanted.
On trips abroad, Niebel shows a sensitivity few people back home accredit him with. After the general election last September, the FDP announced it would abolish the development ministry entirely. Niebel's announcement that he would make major changes to reorganize development aid aroused a lot of suspicion. The trainees at this college in Ho Chi Minh City qualify with the help of the 3 German societies for development cooperation. Niebel wants to merge the 3 German organizations, a reform his predecessors failed to push through.
We want to become more efficient, to make German development policy more visible and be more effectively organized. That's why we need this reform process.
Opposition members agree that policymakers need to instigate these changes. But they're wary of Niebel's intentions.
We fear that he's no longer oriented toward fighting poverty or global climate protection, but rather that he also wants to accommodate the interests of Germany's export industry to a far greater extent than his predecessor.
The trip is also aimed at winning over the opposition. Minister Niebel is learning the ropes, and he learns fast. The next destination is Cambodia, where a 19 million euro project heads the agenda. Cambodia is a poor country, and the project will involve road building schemes as well as social and agricultural programs. Smiles all around, but Niebel again brings up human rights. Here, too, the government representatives realized the minister didn't just come to receive presents.
At first, they were surprised that we got straight to the point, but it was clearly necessary because the ice was broken and we were able to openly discuss the situation of the opposition, the question of civil society and human rights, and good governmental action in all the ensuing political discussions. Some deficits were seen and acknowledged by the Cambodians.
Niebel consciously promotes his image as a plain speaker who does not aim to cause offense. The hosts are prepared for some plain talking at the next port of call. At this information gathering in a suburb of Phnom Penh, farmers can find out about how to register their land. This gives them some legal security and the chance to lead a relatively comfortable life. Here, too, Germany is contributing financial aid. By now, the agricultural minister knows what his guest wants to hear.
The fact that Germany is also asking critical questions in the area of cooperation is normal. We are also accepting suggestions regarding other areas besides land rights in order to find solutions there as well.
Niebel adheres to his own style, and not just politically. During his very first official visit to Africa, his old army cap drew negative comments, which earned him the nickname of Rambo Minister. Now he started wearing it again. Niebel can be stubborn. He loves this cap, and that's that. He doesn't care what others think.
I don't want to express my opinion about this cap. I wouldn't have worn it. But I think we should drop this topic after so many weeks. It's also a person's right to wear what they choose.
It's not so important. Every new minister should be allowed time to settle in. He certainly didn't make a very sensitive first impression, but I think things will settle down.
Ist da sicherlich nicht sehr sensibel aufgetreten, aber ich denke, dass sich das legen wird.
This isn't a building, it's a giant sculpture.
The final port of call is the famous Angkor Wat Temple. Here, too, Germany is helping with the restoration of the stone paintings. For Dirk Niebel, it's a photo op, with and without the cap.
Solange der Times Square nicht hinter mir ist.
Angkor Wat has survived for thousands of years. The German visitor, by comparison, has just 4 years to craft his style, so perhaps we can expect some changes.